Tony D and Little Joan in the background, and this is a screenwriter's rant on three different trailers. The first one's called The Good American Family. Next one is Cheech and Chong's last movie. And finally, there's a zombie outside. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 16, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. This first movie, Good American Family, they already made this movie. Now they're making it with Mark Duplass and this blonde lady on Hulu's Originals. Originals doing a lot of heavy lifting in this description, I would say. A couple adopts a little girl who's supposed to be 7, but she's really a tiny adult woman who's scamming them and is psychotic. How many times are they going to make this movie? So she's not really a little girl, and she soon tries to drive the family apart, and they enroll her in school, but they don't have any records, and she looks weird, and then next thing you know, they're in all sorts of trouble, and it turns out she's a grown-up. Like, why are you going to remake this movie? How many times are you going to do this? Good American Family. Okay, I guess. On Hulu and Disney+. I mean, do I have to go over the plot of this movie? I think we all know. First act, there's a couple, and they're very nice, and they want to adopt a kid, and they do. She's from Russia or something. Second act, she's odd and weird, and she has problems, and they start to suspect something weird about her, and they take her to the doctors to reveal, oh, in fact, yes, she has full-grown adult teeth and bones, and yeah, she's an adult. She just is small and weird looking, and then she turns the tables on them and calls Child Protective Services, and everybody thinks she's a kid, and they have to convince everybody else. And then she tries to kill everybody at the end, I think, and they eventually turn the tables on her and realize she's not a little kid. Very strange they would redo this movie again. I'm surprised Mark Duplass would pick this as a movie to do. I mean, there's no write-up, but what's the point of doing it? They did this movie. They did this movie a bunch of times. I get it. It was a real story. I guess it was based on a true story. But, like, they just did this movie not too long ago. So, next up is Cheech and Chong's last movie. It's not really a movie. It's sort of a documentary with some movie elements. And they show old clips, and then Cheech and Chong are on a road trip talking about things. They don't appear to be getting along very well during the drive, and they smoke some pot, and I guess they do some cartoons, but they don't actually do comedy bits. I wanted to see Cheech and Chong's real last movie, like with the characters, but sure, I guess entertaining as it is informative, is it? I guess I would have liked to have seen them do characters again, but maybe they can't get along. Exclusively April 25th, and I think there's a preview on 420, man. Rated R for adult situations. Directed by David Bushell, and there's no screenwriter because I mean it's kind of a documentary. I would like to see them do sketches, comedy, but they are old and they haven't worked together in years. Cheech Marin is too busy in the other movie I looked at today, which is Alexander's horrible, terrible, no good road trip or something. So, would I see it? I definitely wouldn't go to theater for it. Maybe on streaming. I tend to get bored with documentaries. Because I want to see new stuff. I don't want to see the old stuff. But, I mean, some of it might be interesting, I guess. I don't know. They've done this a lot with them. I guess this is it. And finally, there's a zombie outside. A trailer for a gay zombie movie with some gay guys getting it on, and then one sees a zombie and kind of ruins the mood. And they don't really explain much beyond that. Apparently, there's a zombie running around, and some people see him, some people don't, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be a zombie plague. Seems to be a lone zombie haunting the area. I guess it's supposed to be funny, but I'm not really getting the comedy aspect of it. Not really sure what kind of zombie this is. But that's what it's called. I don't really get it. Written and directed by Michael Verratti. Take a stab at it, I guess. First act, some gay guys go into a retreat, maybe near the woods here. And while two of them are getting cozy, one sees a zombie, the other doesn't see it. Kind of spoils the mood. Is he really seeing a zombie? Is there a zombie there? Because I'm not seeing it in this shot. Does anybody see the zombie? I don't see him. So maybe he's hallucinating. I don't know. Anyhow, there is images of a zombie in this. Maybe it's in his mind. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's a ghost zombie, or like a ghost and a zombie mixed together somehow, or a guy pretending to be a zombie like Scooby-Doo. So first act, they go up to the cabin, start screwing around, and then you see a zombie, and this ruins the mood, and nobody can find it, and then they don't believe him, and then it shows up again. Maybe it kills somebody, and just sort of spirals out of control until eventually he's fighting the zombie. But is it a zombie, or is it the zombie inside each one of us? I don't know. Just doesn't seem to be a strong concept. Now let's read the write-up. Having once found solace in art. Wow, this is not where I expected this. A man whose identity intertwined with cult cinema soon begins to have issues distinguishing fact from fiction when he believes he's seeing a monster from his movies for real, leading him to question the very foundations of reality and himself. It's a bit heavy-handed for this, and I think they were trying to make it funny, but didn't really come off as funny. So there you have it. You got 3 movies. There's a zombie outside, Cheech and Chong's last movie, and a Good American Family. What would I put on the bottom? Well, I think it would have to be Good American Family because they already made this movie. And quite frankly, this version looks only so good. Mark Duplass isn't helping me. I wish he would go back to comedy. He was very funny on The League. Number 2 would probably be There's a Zombie Outside. I don't understand if it is even a zombie movie. I guess it is. Or it might just be a guy hallucinating. I guess. I don't know. It's kind of confusing. But at least it could be different. And then finally, number 1 would be Cheech and Chong. I mean, at least some of the clips are funny. Even if this part sounds kind of angry and bitter between 2 old guys arguing about their past. I mean, I don't know how much of this I could take before I just go, ah. So, yeah, I know, right? I keep finding trailers and I watch them and I go, what the hell am I supposed to... I mean, there's just nothing much to them. Okay, so that's it for me, Tony D. And Little Jones, somewhere behind me. Thanks for tuning in today. Thanks to all who came out to the Rose Hill Assisted Living Facility for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. I will be at Nerdfest this Sunday from 10 to 4 in Swedesboro, New Jersey at the Swedesboro Holiday Inn Express right off of 295. So come on out. There'll be lots of comics and vintage stuff and games, all kinds of crazy old school nostalgia stuff. And of course, I'll have all 16 copies of The Pineys. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll see you tomorrow.